Welcome. So you just completed day 3 of your OnRamp classes, and what we're going to review in this video are the movements that you went through in day 3. The first is going to be the Romanian deadlift. And as we lead into the Romanian deadlift, the important thing to remember here is that we're trying to hinge. And hinging is where you're pushing your butt back, which allows your chest to fall. A hinge, however, is not just leaning forward, right? So there's a difference between my chest falling forward like this and my hips going back, which is going to allow my chest to fall, right? So when we're hinging, we're starting here at the hips and we're actively pushing my butt back, 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 pretty much as far as you can go. And if you're doing a hinge right, you're going to feel a lot of tension in your hamstrings, which is absolutely fine. You're going to feel a little stretch. So we're going back, back, and as I push my butt back, my chest is going to naturally fall, right? So a hinge is initiated with the hips. It's not simply about leaning the chest forward. So having that in mind when we do an RDL, you have your PVC pipe or your barbell. The top position here, feet are going to be beneath the hips, the hands about a thumb outside the thigh. And then from here, you're simply going to hinge back until the bar gets about to the top of your knee, and then you're going to stand back up. That's an RDL, right? So we're here, hinging back. So we're hinging back. Barbell gets to the top of the knee, and I'm simply standing right back up again. That's an RDL. When we do a deadlift is really just an extension of this. So when we're starting tall, right? When we're doing a deadlift, we'll start from the top position, we'll start from the bottom position next. So starting from the top position here, pushing the hips back till the bar gets to the knee, and then I'm simply bending my knees here like this. So you'll notice in this position, this is my start position, my shoulder is in front of the barbell, right? So I'm not pulled back like this. My shoulder is in front of the barbell, my eyes are nice and forward in a soft gaze. And then when you go to stand, what you're thinking about is standing up, keeping my chest over the bar until the bar gets to my knees, right? So my chest stays over the bar until the bar gets to my knees. So my chest is over the bar, bar's at my knees, and I simply stand up. And then going down is the same thing. Butt's going to go back in a hinge to my knees, back down, chest stays over the bar, bar's at my knees, standing back up. That's your deadlift. The important thing on both the RDL and the deadlift, of course, is to keep your back flat, right? You never want a rounded spine. The third piece that we're going to go through, the third movement, is a kettlebell swing. So for a kettlebell swing, the movement here is really just like a micro or a miniature hinge, right? So the hips are back and the hips are forward and the hips are back and the hips are forward. That's going to be a kettlebell swing, so it's that motion. It's back and forward, just like this, right? So when we're swinging the kettlebell, that's what we want to think about, is breaking the hips back, squeezing the glutes, breaking the hips back, squeezing the glutes. Right? You'll notice on the kettlebell swing that I'm not really bending my knees, so I'm not going down like this to come back up. I'm initiating the movement with my hips, which is the proper way to do that. The fourth movement is going to be planks and different plank variations. Now, the important thing to remember on a plank is that you want to keep your shoulders and you want to keep your hips as stable as possible. So I find a standard plank position. Going to be here, right? So I have a straight line from my shoulder to my wrist. My butt and my shoulders are relatively level, and you're holding this position here. That's a plank. The variations you can do shoulder taps, leg lifts. There's a lot of different ways to skin that cat, but what's important to remember is that no matter what you're doing, right? No matter if I'm tapping, no matter if I'm lifting my leg, if I'm bringing my knee in, regardless of the variation of the plank that I'm doing, the cue you want to think about is you want to be able to balance a glass of water on your back, right? So you want to be nice and still the entire time.